in prison. How did you guys get that? You guys are so smart. Let's do 20 minutes of Ezekiel, and then we're going to talk about CRT woke. God calls Ezekiel. Hey, I tell you what, Ezekiel, the Jews believe that Ezekiel was Jeremiah's kid, that he was his son. That's a lot of Midrash states that. Like, you can't find an early commentary on Jeremiah that doesn't say Ezekiel was his son. God calls Ezekiel to speak to Israel, preach holiness, teach justice, and never interrupt the teacher during a Bible study. Author Ezekiel, he was speaking to the Jews in Babylon during the captivity. In Ezekiel, Jesus is the Son of Man. Ezekiel 36:26, I will give you the new heart. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. How come there's no picture on the left side of that? There's a picture of Ezekiel in my notes, and there isn't none on my. It didn't print. You see that slab of marble on the right? That is one of 66 marble plates that were in Ezekiel's tomb, and they use those to verify today's copy that came from Vaticanus Receptus, which is where the King James Bible was translated from. And it is wonderfully accurate to what the King James Bible's translated had, which was testimony to how beautiful Scripture has been preserved. You can see where Ezekiel is right after Jeremiah. Jeremiah actually is before and after Ezekiel. Ezekiel was born in the tribe of Levi through the line of Cohen. The name Cohen, you might have remembered, referred to the direct descendants of Aaron. Cohen was one of his sons. He was a priest first, and as he was working in his priesthood, he was called, his office was deep into that of a prophet. He was taken to Babylon from his home in Jerusalem with the first group of captives. This was before the destruction of the temple and before the walls and everything were torn down in Jerusalem. In fact, while he was in exile, he prophesied that that was going to happen. Ezekiel knew Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He was married. He became a widow in chapter 24, where he announces that his wife had just passed away. More than anything, Ezekiel is a book about hope. Chapter 37, Ezekiel talks about the valley of dry bones that you all know about that come back to life, and not just life, but fulfill destiny. Not just to exist, but to thrive. Full redemption. Through all this prophecy and judgment, there is hope. Where are we? Who's reading?